As part of this project, we also had a look at your 2008 campaign speech in Philadelphia about race, in which you talked in one passage about anger in the black community, which you said is sometimes counterproductive, but it's real and there are reasons for it. Mm-hmm. There's another passage, which I hadn't even noticed before, in which you say there is a similar anger among some in the white community who don't feel particularly privileged by their race and do feel frustrated that they're losing jobs, losing pensions, feel like they're losing ground.
Right.
Looking back, were you describing there the same force that is driving much of our election discussion here in 2016?
Well, not only the election discussion driving 2016, this has been an ongoing theme in American history. You can go back and during Jim Crow and segregation, and you've got black sharecroppers who have nothing, and alongside them, poor white farmers who don't have that much more except for the fact that they're white. And the degree to which a lot of politics in the South were specifically designed to make sure that that sharecropper and that white farmer didn't get together to question how the economy was structured and how they both could benefit. That's one of the oldest stories in American politics. So it's not surprising that what I said in 2008 still holds true today. It was true for a long time. The nature of racial bias in this country is unique, and the challenges that African Americans have faced are incomparable. Native Americans in this country, were burdened by extraordinary bias and cruelty, and as well. And it's probably not useful to sort of catalog every possible group's grievances. What is true, though, is that as I travel around the country, what a black working class person has in common with a white working class person is significant. And what prevents them from voting along the same lines or working together on the same projects have to do with the whole range of cultural and identity issues, which they obviously feel are important and valid. But what I've tried to do throughout my presidency is try to get people to recognize themselves in each other, and that's probably partly related to my own upbringing. Right? I was raised by a white mom and white grandparents who, never suffered the kinds of discrimination that their black cohorts might have experienced, but who had their own struggles, who went through a Great Depression, who, a grandmother who had to work her way up without ever a college education, starting in the steno pool or as a secretary to be, and experienced her own discrimination because of being a woman, and so I've seen the degree to which their struggles are not that different from Michelle's parents' struggles, at least in terms of how they think about it, and the similar values of hoping that their kids are going to do better, and that education is the key, and that everybody's got to work hard and take responsibility, but that they'd like a government that was more responsive to clear out some of the barriers for their advancement. And I believe that our politics, when our politics are at our best, is not based on identity politics, but it's based on a sense that everybody should have a fair shot, and everybody should get a fair shake. Everybody should be responsible for doing their fair share. And that theme you'll see in every speech that I've given since I was running for the state Senate, and it hasn't changed much now that I'm nearing the end of my political career.